Hi, I'm Jennifer Hale. I have been a voice actor for a very, very long time, and I am the founder of SkillsHub.Life, where we support people in their careers in voice acting, voiceover, all sorts of things. This is our YouTube channel. I'm so excited you're here. We're going to talk about all things creative, all things career, all things kind of what we call the head game, all that stuff, things to support you on your journey. Make sure to subscribe so you'll get notifications when we put up a new video. Really glad you're here. All right, so today we're going to dive into 5 things you can do to feel better on this path and get farther faster, okay? These are all sort of what I call the head game. These, some of them are, 1 or 2 of them are a little bit outside the head game, but they're really, really important elements. All right, number 1, focus on what you're doing right. Stop talking about that you wish you'd done it sooner, or wish you'd done it different, or you should have done this, or you should have done that. Every single one of those statements is a message to yourself that you're doing it wrong, or you've done it wrong, or you're not enough. That undermines you on an unconscious level and slows you down, and it leaves you feeling crappy. So instead, what you're going to do, every time that thought comes up, because it's a habit by now, right? Every time that thought comes up, pause and turn your attention instead to 2 to 3 things that you did well. 2 to 3 decisions you made that were smart and worked in your favor. And 2 to 3 things about the timing that worked out for you, why that timing was just perfect. Okay? You're going to flip the script on this one. Okay? Number 2, mind the gap. There's a gap between the stimulus and the response. For example, you hear that somebody else got a job that you really wanted, and you go, oh, and you go into a state, right? Stimulus, response. Put a gap in there. Take ownership of that response. Use that opportunity. Every time that feeling comes up, it's actually fantastic. It's a chance for you to reprogram how you respond, because listen, this career is full of what people call rejection. It's full of no's. It's full of just deafening silences. And what you do with those defines how you feel in that moment. And it also helps you have greater longevity. If you're resilient, if you're feeling good overall and in general, you're going to last a lot longer and you're going to have a better time. And ironically, you're going to have better results and better outcomes. So when you hear that, somebody else booked this, pause, think back to 2 or 3 things you did well in that audition. Like really take the time and go, you know what? I did this and this and this well. I'm glad they saw what I can do. I'm glad they got to meet me through that audition, because they're definitely going to want to call me at another time, on another job, another time, right? So flip that script as well. This is all about switching it up to what works for you, not against you. So that gap happens everywhere. Pay attention to what you're doing in that gap and the automatic channels that these things are going into. Are they making you feel better, or are they making you feel worse? Take control of your attention. Take control of your interpretations. Like, there are a million ways to interpret things. So come up with a few more, right? That make you feel better, not worse. All right. Number 3, comparing your journey to anyone else's. There is only one of you. There's only one of you, and your journey is happening in perfect time. It doesn't always feel like that. Like, I get it, but does feeling bad about it change it? No. You have a very unique signal. That is like the signature of your soul, and it is on a really specific journey. Your performances are specifically yours. Start noticing other people's uniqueness and their unique journeys. Like, reinforce that everywhere so you can look at yours. It's like, yeah, this is my unique journey. And listen, we are trained by modern advertising to compare ourselves all the time, because it makes us want to go buy stuff. And then all those companies get rich off of the insecurity they created, right? Break out of the matrix. Break out. Don't compare. Instead, appreciate and respect the quality that you are. The qualities you have, the quality human and artist that you are. Build that foundation. Build that foundation of strength inside. Okay? Number 4, respect yourself and your whole life. Do not push yourself past what is reasonable for you. If you're taking on a new skill and you're expecting, practices out of yourself, if you've committed to that, if you're reaching out to people, creating new relationships, do not force yourself to do more than your whole life allows. We all have families, whether they're fur families or human families or other families. We all have communities that fill our cup. Respect that. Restoration is really important. Restoring ourselves and feeding ourselves in between things is so important, right? So make your work expectations in building this career respectful of your whole life and reasonable, because that's something you can sustain long term. And remember, we're playing the long game. That's what that's about. Yeah, excellent. All right, number 5. Harness the power of routines and consistency. Motivation is so overrated. It's fabulous, but it's like the romance of getting things done. What's the day-to-day, tending the dirt that makes the flowers actually grow are routines and consistency. Showing up regularly. And you do not have to feel like it when you show up. You just have to show up and do the thing. It doesn't have to be a brilliant day. It just has to be a day. Show up and do it badly. You never know what kind of cool stuff you're going to find doing it that way. So routines and consistency are really very, very underrated, mostly unsexy superpowers that will supercharge your results. So go, have fun. Let us know in the comments how you're doing. Feel free to like and subscribe. And I think it's actually that way. I don't know where like and subscribe is. It's somewhere in the ethers here. We're really, really glad you're here. Come see us over on the site. We're always here when you need us. And have a beautiful day.